All right. Beautiful. Okay, as a reminder, we have a double header because we have from Shabbos and we have from Sunday, today's class. Actually, they're both short and powerful. We described the love and awe of God, which is the lishma, doing it for God's sake, motivated by love and awe of God, as wings. As wings. Wings that allow the mitzvah that we do, the Torah study that we're engaged in right now, to fly on high. Oh, my mother is on. Wow. Okay. Thank you, Mom, for joining. Beautiful. I'll get the critique later. So they're wings that make it fly. Bring it to a place on high that is bound up ultimately with the divine attributes of God, that are, those divine attributes are one with God himself. Now, the Alter Rebbe says that the wings of a bird are not the main component of the bird. Life doesn't depend on the wings at all. As a matter of fact, implied from the Mishnah is that if the wings of a bird were removed, for whatever reason, the bird would still be kosher. Rather, what's the most important part of the bird is the head and the rest of the body. The wings merely serve the head and the body, enabling it to fly. We get that. So that's the metaphor. What's the metaphor towards the Torah mitzvahs that we are engaged in right now, the study of Torah? And of course, doing mitzvahs. They constitute the essential supernal bond and connection, as in the act of the mitzvah that we're doing right now, the study of Torah. Or if you give charity, or if you put on tefillin, whatever mitzvah one engages in. Pesach is coming, you eat matzah by the Passover Seder. That is a revelation of the supernal will of God that the mitzvah causes. The awe and love of God are like wings that merely elevate the Torah mitzvahs, where the will of God is bound up with the Ein Sof, that reveals it, but doesn't cause it. What causes the union? What causes our being bound up with God is the actual mitzvah itself. So it sounds like it's secondary. The most important thing is just do it. Do the mitzvah. And as a note, the Alter Rebbe explains that we have 4 different worlds, and the Torah that we study are holiness that come from 4 different worlds. So the 5 books of Moses, Chumash, the Torah scroll, is an embodiment of the world of Asiya, the lowest world, the world of action, the spiritual world of action. The higher world than that is the world of formation, the world of Yetzirah, is an embodiment of the Mishnah, of Jewish law. That's a world of divine emotion, attributes that are, as attributes, as we explain emotions, the 2 emotions of embracing or refraining, kosher, not kosher, holy, not holy, pure, impure. Right? That's the world of Yetzirah. And then there's the Talmud, is in the world of Bria. And actually, Kabbalistic teaching is the world of Atzilus. So it would sound like, whoa, the Kabbalah is higher. And by the way, Tanya is not part of Kabbalah. It explains Kabbalah, but it's beyond that. In any case, so the Alter Rebbe explains that it's not that Kabbalah is higher. It means that the light of God can only reach to the world of Atzilus when it comes to Kabbalistic mystical teachings. When it comes to Talmudic reasoning, the divine light can go further down. In other words, into divine comprehension. Atzilas being beyond divine comprehension. And then further down into the world of Yetzirah is the Mishnah, Jewish law, where it's reflected, it can come down even into that world, the divinity. And then finally the divinity comes into the 5 books of Moses, of actually Tanakh, where divinity can be expressed even in this lower world, in the world of Asiya. And that's all in the spiritual worlds. But that's all a note. What comes out from what we just learned is that the main thing is no doubt the mitzvah itself, doing it, just do it, just do it, as you know, as we can say. And yet we want wings to it, because we want it to fly on high. We want it to be illuminated. By doing it, you don't bring an illumination. By doing it with intent, being motivated by a love and awe of God, by a sense of connection, wanting to be connected, not to be disconnected, is what intent does, that it illuminates the act. But they are, in the end, wings. Beautiful wings that make it fly on high and give it eternity. But yet, that's what it is, wings.